Picture this: a man born on a small island, far removed from the grandeur of palaces and power, who dared to defy his destiny and became the most iconic leader of his time. Napoleon Bonaparte didn't inherit privilege from a noble lineage. He built his legacy brick by brick, commanding armies, reshaping governments, and rewriting the rules of the game. But was he just a brilliant military strategist? In this video, you'll uncover how an ambitious young man transformed France, influenced the world, and left lessons that still resonate today. Get ready to dive into a story packed with fascinating insights, where leadership, courage, and even catastrophic mistakes reveal the true cost of greatness. After all, what can Napoleon teach us about conquering and losing an empire? A self-made emperor. Napoleon Bonaparte, a name that echoes power and transformation, was born on an island forgotten by the greatness he would one day conquer. A young man of humble Corsican origins, he carried something rare, a ferocious ambition that refused to be confined. Imagine a boy who, instead of settling for mediocrity, saw the French Revolution as the perfect stage for his rise. Napoleon didn't wait for opportunities. He created them. Commanding armies, crafting strategies, and winning hearts, Napoleon turned the chaos of post-revolutionary France into a launchpad for glory. It's like taking a broken chess piece and using it to dominate the entire board. If you've ever felt trapped by a lack of resources or connections, Napoleon's story proves that greatness starts in the mind. But it wasn't just about military conquests. It was about innate leadership. Napoleon understood that to lead, you must inspire. His gaze radiated confidence. His words ignited multitudes. He led not just troops, but ideas, redefining what it meant to be a leader. Think about it. If he could rise from adversity to claim the imperial crown, what's stopping you from transforming your own reality? Perhaps all you need is the courage to take the next step. And speaking of leadership, wait until you see how he revolutionized the art of strategy. The master strategist. Napoleon wasn't just a commander. He was a strategic genius who turned war into both a science and an art. With a staggering record of 86 battles and 77 victories, a 90% success rate, it's impossible not to be impressed. His ability to see beyond the obvious was almost supernatural. Take the Battle of Austerlitz, for example, a textbook case of turning disadvantages into overwhelming victories. Napoleon deceived his enemies by feigning weakness, luring them into an unfavorable position, only to crush them with surgical precision. This lesson applies to life, too. Sometimes, retreating strategically is the key to an unexpected breakthrough. Want to become a master strategist? Study Napoleon and dive into books like The Art of War by Sun Tzu or The 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. Napoleon's secret lay in his adaptability. He knew that wars weren't won with brute strength alone, but with anticipation and flexibility. He understood terrain like a chess master understands the board. Every move counted. More importantly, he made his soldiers believe in the impossible. Imagine the morale of an army marching hundreds of miles, knowing their leader wouldn't waste their lives on a whim. That's not just military strategy. That's leadership in its purest form. If Austerlitz was the peak of his genius, wait until you see how he innovated beyond the battlefield. A modernizer. While many see Napoleon as a military figure, he was also a visionary reformer. His ideas didn't just shape France, they influenced governance systems around the world. Take the Napoleonic Code, for instance, a landmark that unified French laws and ensured basic rights like legal equality and property protection. Imagine its impact in a time when birthright determined everything. This code was like the foundation of a modern skyscraper. Solid, fair, and essential for supporting the future. Napoleon understood that a strong nation needed efficient structures. He centralized the government and revamped public administration, creating a model that inspired global powers. It's like piecing together a chaotic puzzle, something Napoleon excelled at during post-revolutionary France. Beyond politics, he championed arts, sciences, and infrastructure, elevating France to new heights. Intriguingly, many of his innovations remain relevant today. Speaking of influence, did you know Napoleon even played a role in shaping the United States? Let's explore how he redrew boundaries far beyond Europe. The American Connection. Napoleon Bonaparte may never have set foot in the New World, but his impact on the Americas was monumental. By selling the Louisiana Territory to the United States, he not only doubled the country's size, but also catalyzed its westward expansion. Think about it, 828,000 square miles for $15 million, a deal that changed the course of history. Napoleon's brilliance behind the sale? He needed funds for his European wars and denied England a foothold in the Americas. A strategic masterstroke. The reduced French presence in the Western Hemisphere allowed the U.S. to flourish as an emerging power. It's as if Napoleon inadvertently paved the way for the rise of a future global superpower. This paradox is fascinating. While Napoleon expanded his control over Europe, he inadvertently contributed to the emergence of another powerhouse across the Atlantic. But ambition comes at a price, and soon he would face the consequences of his most catastrophic decision. His fall, the hubris of greatness. Napoleon's greatness was matched only by a confidence that sometimes crossed the line into overreach. His 1812 invasion of Russia is a classic example of how unchecked ambition can transform a genius into a victim of their own decisions. Leading over 600,000 men into the vast, unforgiving Russian terrain, he underestimated the winter and the scorched earth tactics of his enemies. The result? Fewer than 10% of his troops returned home. Despite this disaster, Napoleon's resilience was unparalleled. After his exile to Elba, he staged an audacious comeback, the famed 100 Days. But in the end, Waterloo sealed his fate, marking the collapse of his empire. His fall offers a profound lesson. Even the brightest stars can face reversals. Yet, Napoleon's legacy endures, proving that history is shaped not just by victories, but also by the errors that define great leaders. Napoleon Bonaparte's story isn't just about battles and empires. It's an invitation to reflect on how we seize opportunities. If a young Corsican could rise from obscurity to leave a lasting mark on history through leadership, vision, and courage, what's stopping you from building your own legacy? What's your next move? Maybe it's diving deeper into leadership lessons, learning from the triumphs and failures of giants like Napoleon. Or perhaps it's recognizing that even the greatest face setbacks, and what defines them is their ability to rise again. If you want to keep exploring inspiring stories and lessons from history's greatest leaders, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and stay curious.